Web 2.0 is a new interactive form of the internet. It allows us to not only be able to consume it, but to also produce it. The setup of 2.0 has seen an increase in social networking, blogs, and other interactive websites. We can now make, distribute, research, and promote our own media products with a very low or no budget at all. We have now become Web 2.0 creators, as we have produced a media product and will be putting it onto a viral website, which is YouTube. Computer. I think this is better than handwriting things because it makes it look more neat and tidy and clearer to read. Also, you can produce better quality graphs and use images, which is what you couldn't do if you were to handwrite it. The computer was also useful in research because it gave us access to the internet and to allow us to print off things. When producing our trailer, we used an Apple Mac. As I'm fairly familiar with Apple products, I expected it to be easy, however it took a while to get used to. The main principles of the Mac followed a normal computer, however some processes were slightly different and I found it hard to navigate. Premiere Pro was the software we used to create the trailer itself. It's a good and effective method, however it's a very complex program. It takes a while to get used to, but once you know the general tools, it's quite simple to follow. As a group, we worked together to produce the trailer by cutting clips and audio to fit what we wanted. You can also add special effects to the clips, such as blurring them, and you can adjust the brightness and colour of the footage. It was also good because you could use the transitions between shots to make them fit together more continuously, and you can adjust the sound levels so some bits are louder than others to create different atmospheres. Adobe After Effects. We used this when adding intertitles to our trailer. This was good because then instead of them just appearing onto the screen and going, we added special effects to them. This could be anything from blurring it or crawling onto the screen. This allowed our trailer to look more professional rather than basic and amateur. Adobe Bridge had all the presets available to use to get a much more professional intertitle. You simply just import them into Adobe After Effects, whereby you can edit them and then they fit in with your trailer. Adobe Photoshop. This was used in the making of my ancillary tasks. This is generally the program that most professional companies would use to produce similar media products, as there are many effects to make it have a more professional look. I could easily upload images and edit them with the different effects and tools available. Also, you can layer images on top of each other and overlap them, which would then build up to a final product. The text tool is available to add writing onto the images to make them look like a magazine or a poster. There are multiple effects which can be used to help the products look more realistic and follow the conventions. This is why Photoshop was our best option for making them. DaFont. This is a website which includes thousands of different fonts that we can easily download and use. It was helpful for when we wanted more horror-like fonts for our magazine cover and poster. It allowed us to get more suitable fonts rather than using the ones that already come on the computer. Blogger. This is an online website whereby all our work will be placed and ready for marking. The blog can contain text, images, videos, etc. This is a good software to use because it's online, so it can be accessed on any computer, either being at home or at college. However, the downside to this is that if we don't have access to the internet or there's a fault with the connection, then we won't be able to get on our blogs. Also, as it's online, it's tidier and more easily accessible than to have in a folder full of work. It's also very simple to navigate as it has tabs rather than rummaging through paperwork. YouTube. This is a video sharing website where our final horror trailers will be uploaded to. This is good because then anyone can view it as it's a public thing. Once you have a YouTube account, you're able to upload as many videos as you like. Then you just need the embedded code and it will be able to be put onto your blog. YouTube was also useful to us because we were able to search existing horror trailers to see the conventions and to give us an idea to base our own trailer on. Microsoft Word was used a lot when creating posts for our blogs. It is a program which allows you to write text and add pictures and graphs, etc. You can then screenshot the page and save it as a JPEG, which can then be uploaded onto the blog. Also, once you have typed everything, you can use an online publishing service to put your Word document onto the internet. Word was also useful to us because it allowed us to type out our letter numerous times, which we then printed off for use in our trailer. Facebook is an online social networking site which anyone in the world can access. We used this to find pictures to include in our horror trailer. Also, we used the messaging service within Facebook to ask people to carry out a questionnaire. This was good because we could approach and ask a lot of people to carry it out all at once. Xerox printer. We used a printer to print out the letters and photos used within the trailer. No problems occurred with this and it was very straightforward. Issue and Flipsnack. Both of these are online document readers which allow you to publish your own Word documents in a more presentable way. They are good websites to use because they make your work look more realistic and as if you were flicking through a book. They are very quick and you can upload the embedded codes onto your blog where they are then available to view. Microsoft PowerPoint. This is a piece of software on the computer which can be used to present data in a more professional manner. I use this when making blog posts. You can add pictures and text onto the PowerPoint and then add transitions to make it more enjoyable to watch. It is useful because you can have as many slides as you want, however it's very hard to embed actual video clips onto the PowerPoint itself. It would usually just have to be a link to the internet. This isn't ideal for us because to help with the understanding of some of the text, a clip of a film would be useful to have. SlideShare is an online publishing website which allows you to put a PowerPoint or Word document into a viewing form. It is a simple process of uploading your PowerPoint onto the site and then getting the embedded code and putting it onto Blogger. Once on the blog, it makes it look as if it's more of a slideshow or a video rather than just a PowerPoint. This makes it look more presentable for when it gets marked. Prezi. This is a presentation software which is accessed online. It allows you to share ideas on a virtual canvas. Within the program itself, you can zoom in and out and look at things from different angles. This makes it a more effective program to analyse things and an appealing way of presenting data. I have mainly used this for blog posts because it's the most interesting way, however, it is very time consuming. Flickr is an online photo publishing website which allows you to upload videos or photos and display them to the public. It was handy for us because we can just add notes to selected part of the image so we can annotate them. It pinpoints specific parts by putting a box around them. This helps you to clearly see which part of the image it is talking about. Then, when embedded onto your blog, the image of the product will come up and you just have to run the mouse over the boxes to get the annotations. I used Flickr specifically for when I was analysing existing medium products, e.g. magazine covers and posters. Google is an online search engine which can be used worldwide via the public. This was useful to us when planning our trailers because we could research anything we were unsure about via the internet. Google gathers millions of websites which are relevant to the topic that you have searched for. It is a very quick and easy method of collecting a lot of information at once. Google Chrome is a lot quicker to use than Internet Explorer, which is why we chose it. Safari is another online search engine in which you can collect data and go on different websites. It's a general method of using the internet. I use this product to access Blogger on the Mac because that's its default search engine. Safari is usually associated with Apple products, which is the reason for it being used on the Mac. SurveyMonkey is an online website where you can make and send out a questionnaire via the internet. It was also useful to us because it analysed our results and then would show them clearly in a graphic form. This software is free and accessible to anyone. Microsoft Outlook. This is a piece of software which can be accessed online where you produce and send emails to people. We use this as a method of sending out requests to people to complete our survey. Also, we send images via email to each other to produce our ancillary tasks. Panasonic camcorder. This was the device we used to actually record our trailer. It was fairly simple and easy, and we didn't come across any major problems when trying to record. 4GB SD card. We had to use an SD card to store all our footage on once it had been recorded. The only problem that occurred with this was that we had to format it to clear all the previous data each time we want to use it. This would then get plugged into the back of the Mac, and we would be able to copy all our recordings on it very easily. A tripod was used when filming most of our trailer because it allows us to keep our footage steady. This would avoid having it to do it handheld because that would make our scenes look less professional and it would be more wobbly and jolt around. The tripod extends so you can have it at whichever height it is needed, and also it has a swivel top so you can pan the camera. When filming the trailer and taking photos for our ancillary tasks, we use studio lights. These enable you to control the lighting and get the correct brightness for what we need. During the trailer itself, we used them by flicking it on and off to create an eerie atmosphere. We struggled to get the correct height and angle of light, and however, when we finally got it, it made it look more effective. I used an iPhone mainly for the camera and recording mechanisms. It allowed us to easily take photos of our work and upload them onto our blog. It's a quick, easy and effective method to use, and the quality of photos is very high. I also used the iPhone to record myself during the evaluation. This was good to use because then it gives variety of how I've presented my work rather than all just written blog posts.